Say that again?
I want to go back to my baby daddy. Like, you got me cooking and cleaning. When I was with him, I didn't have to worry about all this. I didn't we had maids. He paid my bills. I didn't have to cook. I didn't have to clean. I had to do none of this.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Her disrespect is real. That's gonna pick up at the 11-minute mark. But I do have 10 other videos for you today, and we're not gonna waste any time. Hopefully you guys are having a great Saturday. So show me some love, give me a like, and definitely share the video. Let's get to it.
Yeah, my last post about men saying that women are masculine or whatever has went over a lot of heads. I noticed that we have a lot of adults whose comprehension skills are literally on a 3rd grade level. They don't understand anything what is being said. What I am saying is y'all need to find another term to describe these women. What I have come to find is a lot of these men get upset when a woman thinks on her own.
How? Men are not upset when women think on their own. Men are just upset that women are very combative. They want to argue. They want to fight. It's the tone that's coming out of their mouth, how they carry themselves. It's just like a man.
Or when she doesn't want to march to the beat of their damn drum. A lot of men are very stupid and they're ignorant. No woman is gonna follow you like that. And just because a woman tells you something a certain type of way, or she carries herself in a certain type of way, that doesn't make her masculine. She is guarded. It's a difference between masculine and guarded. The term masculine derives from a man.
You're saying she's in survival mode. She's just guarding her heart. Okay, why are you guarding your heart? Even when men are not even trying to approach you. Even when men are not trying to get with you. A man could just be opening the door for you. He could just be being a gentleman and you're still giving him hell. That's what men are complaining about. You act masculine when the situation is not even needed for you to be tough.
A woman will never be a man. And also what I'm saying, if a woman can make you feel like she is more masculine than you, then that means you are not a real man. That's what that means.
It means that a man does not want to go through the emotional roller coaster. It's okay for women to argue and fight with each other and then turn around 5 minutes later and be friends. That's what females do. But when you start playing this game, this emotional game with men, they kind of back off and be like, man, we don't even want to deal with that headache.
Masculine about a woman unless she is a woman that tries to look like a man or she's trying to be a man. Then she is masculine. Y'all, I don't think y'all be knowing the definition of the words that y'all be using.
Masculine is the tone that you're using to make this video, where everything that comes out of your mouth sounds like you're mad, you talk louder, and you think, oh, you're telling the truth because you're loud and you're very aggressive. No, that's a feminine masculine trait.
I'll say this, if you don't want these hoes, you ain't gonna want no hoes, because it ain't getting no better. Go ahead and get you up now and try to fix it. Because nigga, in year 2034, 10 years from now, oh, these hoes gonna be all the way gone.
And he has a point. If you look at the conditions now, the average woman is liberated, sleeps around a lot, drinks, smoke. She really doesn't have any traditional etiquettes at all.
At least you still got 30 to 40% of us on this in the US that know how to cook. You know what I'm saying?
So yes, you will find a woman that knows how to cook if she's broke. A lot of women that do have a little bit of cash, they still eating out.
They gotta go to work and then they gotta come home. They ain't got time to cook a real meal. Eating mega bowls and ramen noodles all day.
This is why a lot of women have big backs and they're looking like cartoon characters. They just keep getting bigger and bigger because they're eating a lot of processed food that have a lot of sodium, which is causing their body to blow. One thing about a woman, she feels like the only thing she needs to do is get eyelashes, her hair done, and some smooth skin, and a man's still gonna want her.
Just getting fatter, she's making more money, and they getting meaner. Cash in now, nigga. I know it might seem like the wrong thing to do, but I'm telling you, cash in now, nigga. This is like a Bitcoin investment. Go ahead and invest now, because when you look at these 10 years from now, oh man, a lot more of them gonna have some.
The best thing for you to do is start working on yourself. Don't even worry about the women. He's telling you go grab any girl and start to build her up now. I'm telling you, start building up yourself. Women only adapt to men of value and men that value themselves. When you start valuing her, that's typically when she's going to become the worst version of herself. You'll always see some fat, sloppy woman with a good guy bossing him around. Why? Because He accepted her when she was just regular and didn't change her. And guess what? Women have these type of men available to them in their DM. But for you, the guy that's following me, we ain't doing that.
We have a lot of young ladies out here that are men in skirts. I look as feminine as possible because I am trying to overcompensate. I'll own it.
Coming from the woman that's having a baby that she got from a sperm bank because she feels like no man is good enough for her.
Be vulnerable. I am trying to visually overcompensate for what I know is a default masculine posture that I walk through the world with every day.
If you notice, how come you don't humble yourself? Instead, you just stay in character, telling people what's wrong with you, but you refuse to change.
Of course I do. You see my taxes. No, I mean, but for real, you know, I got a payroll,
Yeah.
you know, and so when you are leading in this way, when you are providing not just for yourself, but for those around you, your whole community, how are you not masculine in your energy, right?
There's nothing wrong with you being a provider. The difference between a male provider and a female provider is that your ego changes the course of how you treat the man. It isn't that you're successful and you're masculine. It's the simple fact that a man is taught that a woman is weak, a woman is feminine, a woman is sensitive. And when he's met with combativeness, then it throws his emotional off and it changes the chemistry. But all you're trying to do is get him to act tougher than what you're presuming for you to respect him, when in reality, it's a culture shock to a man.
Yeah.
But to Melissa's point, most of the women I know, especially the black women, we would love if we didn't have to.
Woo.
What people don't realize. What'd you say?
I want to be soft and pink.
Correct.
Yeah.
What most people don't realize is that most masculine women are masculine by mandate, not by choice.
No, you're masculine by choice. There's plenty of women out here who have their own money, have their own houses, have their own cars, and they still walk around in feminine frame. A masculine woman, the more successful she becomes, the more she starts to compete with her environment. It's two different mindsets. That's what this woman is not understanding, because she is a masculine woman.
Yeah.
We're masculine because we have been made to be.
Yeah.
We're masculine because if I don't go qualify for this mortgage, if I don't put these kids in the best schools, if I don't really make sure that my neighborhood is safe for me and my children to walk down, it won't be safe.
You still need a man to have children, but you're just worried about taking care of everything, being a provider, and then you'll just find a man to have kids. Not once did you say, I have to find a way to get married and me and my husband can build. That's what you're missing out on, sweetheart.
What is something you worry about way too often?
I want to say I worry about, I want to say dying alone. That's very transparent. It's like, you know, never been married, no kids, a career-oriented kind of woman. You know, it's like, that's just a fear. Seeing people my age passing away, never married, then find them alone.
This is the sad reality. She's already at that age where she should have grandkids. Her friends are already starting to die out. Now she's gonna find herself going to funerals, bingo, church on Sunday and Wednesday, and she's still hoping that she's not gonna die alone. This is what a lot of you younger women need to pay attention to, is these older ones that are warning you what happens. And if you look, she's already cut off all of her hair. So she's past that wig fade.
Dead in their apartments and stuff like that. That's when I was like, oh shoot, I don't want that to be me.
You seem like a really happy person, so what do you do to stay happy and keep the vibes going?
God wakes me up in the morning, I'm blessed. That's how I look at it. Any day above ground is a good day.
People say they're blessed to be alive whenever they know they're gonna be alone.
So you just gonna pay for pussy for the rest of your life?
I'm gonna pay at the hole. Yeah, because relationships do not work for me.
I just can't understand why you saying this
I
morning.
won't be heartbroken, no feelings, hurt, none of that. I pay at the hole. After I pay at the hole, get what I want, they go their way, I go my way. I'm paying at the hole for me.
Men's, do y'all agree with him?
Hell yeah, they agree. Hell yeah, they agree.
I'ma
I
see.
hope the married ones don't, though. But the single ones, yeah. Pay at the hole, boy. Pay at the hole. You won't get heartbroken, because these women ain't gonna do right.
I agree. Paying for the panani gives you everything that you want out of a woman anyway. You're going to get great sex. She's going to pretend that she like you. She's going to stroke your ego. And at the end of the day, you both know what it is. When he leaves, he got a confidence boost. He's probably going to go to the gym. He's going to start doing things with his life. And when it's time for him to get his rocks off again, he's going to pay for it so he can get back to a basic life. That is entirely better. That is completely better than putting out money to go on dates and doing things with your woman, and you and her don't have no chemistry at all, and she's just a headache. At some point, this is what men are waking up to, and a lot of women out there, you're waking up to the fact that you can make money doing this, but it only ruins you. But as a man only needs sex to gain his confidence. Once he gains his confidence, then he can take over the world. Men are understanding that now.
Some people get upset when black men or black women date outside of the race, right? I want y'all to think about this. One of the reasons why they do it is for safety. The closer they are to whiteness, they feel more safe. For example, if a black person were to get pulled over with their white spouse by their side, they feel a lot safer than if they were to get pulled over by themselves. I know some of y'all didn't think about, that part of it. Y'all always think about, oh, they just don't like themselves or don't like black women or black men, but some of them are just scared. So they marry for safety.
This just sounds completely stupid. I've never dated another race of woman and thought, hey, if we get pulled over by the police, I'm going to feel better. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm never doing anything illegal. Far as like police just pulling people over and taking them out, they only worry about that when it's president election time, when they could use it to leverage votes. But outside of that, it's not normal. So men are not dating other women for protection. Everyone's dating the other culture to kind of like feel better and date what's actually true chemistry. That's what's happening in modern society.
Say that again.
I want to go back to my baby daddy. Like, you got me cooking and cleaning. When I was with him, I didn't have to worry about all this. I didn't we had maids. He paid my bills. I didn't have to cook. I didn't have to clean. I had to do none of this.
Just because I'm asking you to cook? Come on, bro. Seriously?
You asking me to do too much, and when I was with him, all I had to do was look cute and sit pretty and work out and do whatever I had to do.
Baby.
If that man is still alive, then you and him need to go work it out. Or did he leave you because that's all you did was just sit around and he was expecting more out of you? Sound like you got lazy, but let's finish watching.
Look at this laundry room.
We had maids.
Look, you get mad at me. I should be mad at you.
I told you I ain't know how to cook, so this is what,
seriously?
This is what you asked for and this is what you got.
How do you get this deep into the relationship not knowing that this woman is not a traditional household woman that knows how to cook, and you're trying to shake her in position? Men, always pay attention to the past. If that man was balling out of control and he's not with her, trust me, he ain't the problem. But what women do is when you first meet them, they convince you that the ex is the problem. And then after a while in a relationship, you know what you realize? She's the problem. And you should have been listening to the baby daddy up front.
Look at this rice pot.
No way.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Cooking rice in a pot.
So hey, we ain't got no kids together. I can leave you whenever I want. We ain't married or nothing.
Nah, bro, you gotta let her go. She just told you and her do not have any kids. In other words, she's already shopping for a new dude that she doesn't have to cook for. So she has to find a simp. You're just standing in place.
Any black person that's watching this live right now, look what I gotta eat, bro. This girl making black bean, cauliflower tacos. At this point, you can go. You can't even cook. What is this?
You haven't even tasted it.
I don't care what state you're from, Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, Texas. I don't care who you is. Boy, ain't nobody want that.
But when I got with you, everything just changed. I'm just gonna wait for him.
Yeah, we sure is gonna wait for him.
With the door open, huh?
Once I see you get in that car, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna lie.
If she called up her baby dad to come pick her up, bro, you gotta let her go. You and her do not have any kids, and she hasn't started conforming to being a woman that does her house duties, which means she ain't looking to have no kids with you. You just a stand-in dude that's spending all the money for her to look cute. Let her go, my nigga.
You're absolutely right. I don't like the pygmies. I've seen the pygmies allow their children to be raped to keep a man. I've seen the pygmies allow their children to be beat to keep a man. I've seen the pygmies allow their children to go hungry to keep a man. I've seen the pygmies sabotage their friends for male validation. I've seen the pygmies lie on women for male validation.
How come we are choosing pygmies from a worse case scenarios. This is not normal for a pick-me to get used. Most pick-me women actually end up married and having kids.
I've seen the pick-me's harm other women for male validation. I've seen them dismiss the abuse of women and kids to keep and validate men's feelings. So no, Brianna never will like a pick-me.
It doesn't sound like she's talking about a pick-me. It sounds like she's talking about a dodo head. A dodo head will absolutely ignore reality and live in la-la land because she doesn't know no better. You don't really find pick-me's that think like this. You find dummies that think like this. Pick-me's normally are living reality. They're saying, look, I'm not perfect. My man's not perfect. So we need to get together.
I will never like a woman that will allow mistreatment of children and other women for male validation. Ever. It has nothing to do with a woman having a man or cooking and cleaning or none of that. It's the fact that they allow the harm of others to validate men's feelings, to inflate men's egos, and to get chosen.
No one likes that because it's not a common situation. It's a worst case scenario. A lot of women out here, you need to understand, there's a lot of great guys who have jobs. There's guys out here who have their head on their shoulders, but you're comparing the real world to what you're seeing on TV, and you're thinking that you're supposed to be living above your mean and living like a celebrity, when in reality, the pick me girl is the girl that says, listen, I know I'm a 5. I know he's a 7 or a 6. So we're just going to work it out. And they're going to humble themselves. That's what pick me women do.
Or my daddy issues were raging in my dating life. Like, I just wanted someone to notice me. I just wanted someone to see me. So I felt so unseen by my dad, I think. And
why do the big girls act like they do not get noticed? If anything, everybody notices you wherever you go. What you want is a slave. You want a man to worship you. So if they're giving you attention, acting like they want to sleep with you, sending you flowers, giving you gifts, that's the attention you want. Far as walking in a room, everybody's going to notice you.
But dad doesn't make you perfect in dating at all. But what I will say is having my dad around and having him around to like speak highly of me and speak life into me created a foundation to where when I went back into the dating world, certain things was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Things that I would have been like pressed about.
You can't talk to me like
behavior
that.
that I would have been okay with. It was like, I'm actually not okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm actually good.
This is why I tell men to stay in your daughter's life. The more attention you give her, the more confident she is, the more she ain't out here doing some strange things for some change, facing the fame and all over the internet ruining her name. Now, I can give it to the big girl. She talking about she ain't getting no attention. Now she got it. But I credit her for feeling more confident when her dad was in her life.
And ladies, let me fill you in on something, because a lot of y'all either on the verge of losing a good man, have lost a good man, or listen, he about to be out the door, right? And it's because you accuse him of so much. You accuse him of cheating. You accuse him of entertaining people. You accuse him of stepping out. Do you know this man is at work? Do you know this man is really spending time with the boys? Do you know this man is really taking the long way home because he don't want to have to come home and deal with your shit and listen to your crap? Ladies, learn how to get yourself a hobby. Learn how to shut your mouth sometime. Learn how to make sure that your spirit and your thoughts are intact. Make sure your mindset is intact. How about you figure out what these next business ventures are? Figure out how you can expand on your and his portfolio. Like, it's ridiculous, ladies. You guys sit up here and be talking about this man is cheating and he's entertaining other women, and literally all he is out doing is getting a peace of mind or providing for your ass. Go get the fuck out.
Because these ladies have not been trained to be a helpmate. They've been trained to be a competitor. And that's what I tell men. You must first look at a woman's situation. Her past is what you're in competition with. If she come from a single mother home, she's been taught to be independent. You don't need a man. In other words, that's an uphill battle. You find a woman who has both of her parents in her life. Now you're looking at structure, but you have to look at the relationship between mom and dad. If mommy runs a relationship and dad is beta, she's looking for you to do the same thing. If dad is alpha and mother is submissive, then she's going to be expecting you to be a man and hold the fort down. But first, you need to understand a woman's past. It's your ultimate super weapon.
What do you think the challenge is that women are having, black women in particular, when it comes to becoming a wife? keeping it 100,
Yes.
there's not enough eligible black males who fit the needs of black women.
That are available to black women. There's plenty of eligible black men out here who have good jobs, good houses, nice cars. Pretty much they have a lot of money, but they decided to go over into other ethnic groups. So if you stop and look at the community, a lot of these successful dudes are there. They're just with other type of women, including myself.
By the time you dissect the demographics of finances, sexual orientation, what you end up drilling down into, because black women tend to want to marry black men.
Right, right.
So black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
Anybody that works 90 hours a week and make a lot of sacrifices can run circles around anybody. You have to understand, 5% of the world controls the other 95% of the world. So yes, black women are getting a lot because black women, the Me Too movement and feminism allows women to gain the power to get better jobs in order to make it equal. But instead of making it equal, they gave you a little bit too much. So you have more women that are working jobs because they're pushing men out of the workforce and they're bringing in the LGBT. So if you look at it, majority of these jobs are LGBT and women. It's almost as if a man has to be LGBT in order to get hired.
Right.
And it's also shown in research that women want to marry on their same level of financial and educational status.
Yeah.
So if you're a black woman making $150,000 a year with a master's degree, you tend to want to marry a black man on that same level or higher.
There ain't that many people that know a black woman with a master's degree, a doctor degree, a lawyer degree. Don't nobody know that. The average person is working at warehouses, grocery stores, or being a YouTuber or a telemarketer. Ain't nobody running around here doing high value things. And there's not a lot of just high value black women walking around, because most of the high value black women, you're in your 40s and 50s. You're already at the age where men are not even pursuing you.